What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. Alright, we're going to start this one off with a Russian bodybuilder named Sergey Danilov. Now, Sergey is 27 years old, he's 6'1", he's reportedly 320 pounds, which I'm not sure if he was actually that weight on stage, but he is one of the more aesthetically pleasing bodybuilders out there for a taller open competitor. Sergey just claimed a victory at the Russian Cup in St. Petersburg, and this guy has good balance from the front. He's got really good conditioning, I think, good amount of detail in the side leg and especially the hamstrings in the back. His legs from the back actually overpower his upper body, which you don't see happen very often, and I think Sergey has some real potential. I do think he was rushing through his poses a bit. Even though he had good posing execution, he could use some more depth in his back and detail to the abs, and generally with more overall size, I think Sergey could probably make a pretty successful transition into the IFBB Pro League and do fairly well for himself. But I thought this was a pretty impressive physique as it currently stands. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of Sergey. Alright, next up, we have an update from Joan Pradells. Now, Joan is currently 6 weeks out from competing in the Empro Classic and his pro debut, and Joan is looking on point here. He's got good balance, he's got great structure, the midsection is staying in check, the details in the quads are really dialing in, and it's especially impressive for, well, another 27-year-old bodybuilder here. Now, like I said, Joan is looking on point, but Joan will be standing next to Michal Krizo at the Empro Classic. And you know, many would say that there are very few bodybuilders in the world that would have a chance at defeating Michal Krizo. And although I definitely agree with that, I think Joan might be able to catch him in a couple of areas. Now, for one, Joan has really been hammering out multiple posing practice sessions every week, so I expect he won't fade if the judges really work these guys hard on stage, and I think that's going to be a big advantage for him going up against Krizo, because look, it's no secret, Krizo gets caught doing a lot of breathing through his stomach as posing rounds progress, and that affects the look of his midsection, which I do think, even before you consider the midsection control, Joan looks like he has a smaller midsection overall as compared to Krizo. So he may have the illusion of better overall symmetry and flow. Now look, I'm not saying that Joan is going to beat Michal Krizo. Obviously, Krizo is going to have more overall mass, muscle maturity, and my guess is that Krizo is going to get the victory there, assuming he brings the conditioning. But it does make for some interesting comparisons here. Let me know down in the comment section again, what do you guys think? Alright, next up, we have a physique update from Stephane Matala. Now, Stephane is continuing his massive weight cut that he's been working toward for the last roughly 8 weeks. He started at 112 kilograms, or 246 pounds, and he needs to suck down to 94 kilograms, or 207 pounds, for his Classic Physique weight cap, which most out there, including myself, thought would be next to impossible considering his level of conditioning. So, Stephane has made his way down to 100 kilograms so far, but with 6 kilograms to go, or 13 pounds, I'm surprised he made it even this far and still looks pretty comparable from a muscle mass standpoint. The fans have speculated that Stephane probably won't stay in Classic for very long given his weight restrictions, and during a recent trip to Brazil, that sentiment may have been echoed here.
Ils sont en train de dire tout simplement, heureusement que pour Dino, tu vas pas rester longtemps en classique.
And I think Stephane Matala with no weight cap could be a very dangerous bodybuilder. There are not many competitors with the genetic gifts that he has when it comes to overall shape, round muscle bellies, even thin skin. The striations that come through on this guy are just ridiculous. So I would venture a guess as to say that we will see an unrestricted Stephane Matala in the near future. For now, he still plans on competing in Classic Physique this year and qualifying for the Olympia, so we'll see what show he decides to do, and I'll let you guys know once it's announced. Alright, so last up, as most athletes are going radio silent before the New York Pro, Stuart Sutherland drops a physique update at less than 2 weeks out of the show, and it seems like ever since that guest posing with Hunter Labrada at the Emerald Cup about a week ago, people just can't stop talking about beef stew, and honestly, I think that's rightfully so. Regardless of conditioning from that guest posing, Stu did size up Hunter Labrada at that show, and that really created some buzz around him. So in these updates here, Stu is really looking dialed in. The striations in the shoulders are coming in, he's got good cuts in the quads, he looks hard, really vascular through the quads. I would like to see a few more striations in the chest, but the combination of size and balance are a big advantage for Stu going into this show. With the small midsection, flaring quads, and brown delts, Stu is a serious contender for a top 3 finish at the New York Pro. You know, a lot of people out there think that he's a serious contender to actually win this show. Now, I do think he's a top 3 contender at the New York Pro, and I do think he's going to look his best ever at this point. But I think he has some stiff competition in Tonio Burton, and we haven't seen any updates from Carlos Thomas Jr., who as far as I know is still confirmed to be doing this show. But this is going to be the best Stuart Sutherland that we've seen to date, and don't be surprised if we see him at the Cali Pro in another week after New York. Anyway, that's going to do it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.